Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Erna Aulia. I am from 4th class C, and in this video I would like to tell you about the novel, and the title of the novel is Stalked in Paradise. So the author is Charley marsh. Okay, let's go. This novel tells about there is a beautiful girl who has just entered her new job as director of public relations for an Iceland resort. She is very happy and satisfied because she has beaten dozens of applicants who are older than her. So she is also satisfied and very happy because the office where she works is designed very well and very nice. So the girl's name is Harriet Monroe. And after that, she saw a look at his office. So there was a woman wearing shirt and a brick peach polo shirt and bring a lemon juice and knocking on her office door. And the woman name is Lana. And Lana was a worker at the resort as a liaison between the kitchen and the office until the resort has a full workforce. And Lana also asked with Harriet Monroe, does Harriet already know the place on the Iceland resort? And Harriet answered it, not yet. I'm a new worker in this Iceland resort, and just looking at the Iceland resort with a map only. So at the time, Lana shocked. Then Lana offered a man named Albion to Harriet for tour the resort. And suddenly Albion came to Harriet's office to take her around the resort and also Harriet's room. But Harriet wanted to visit her room first before she continued to tour the resort. And Albion also agreed. After Harriet put all her things in her room and continued, she went around with Albion in a golf cart. And when she arrived at the greenhouse, Harriet was want to see the greenhouse, and he called his old friend who was very familiar with Harriet. And because his friend Harriet worked at the Iceland resort. His friend name is Solomon Ayers. So Harriet was very happy to meet Solomon again. Then Harriet went around the greenhouse because she was interested in the greenhouse glass, which has many beautiful plants. Actually, Harriet liked with Solomon because Solomon has become a very good friend to Harriet. But Harriet did not tell to Solomon. So, and when Harriet and Solomon had reached the last wall of the greenhouse, Harriet pointed the wall at the end, which was covered with grapevines, and she asked with Solomon, "What is that?" Solomon answered, "That's a good grapevine, right?" Harriet asked again, "Not the grapevines, but that." Then Solomon approached the wall of the grapevine and saw it, and there was a dead man hanging the wall. Harriet immediately felt weak, and Solomon immediately contacted Alex, where Alex was a security director who worked at the Iceland resort. And after knowing the identity of the corpse, Alex also asked to Harriet, "Do you know who the corpse is?" And the corpse is from the same Portland area as you and Solomon. and his name is Bradley Higgins. Harriet was shocked, and the glass in her hand fell after hearing the name of the court. And why was Harriet shocked when she heard the name of the male court? Because the male court was Harriet's ex-lover. At the time, Alex, who became the director of security, suspected to Harriet and Solomon because they were people who were once close to Bradley Higgins, but Harriet always argued against to Alex because Harriet and Solomon were not Bradley killers, because they had nothing to do with Bradley Higgins. Even the media and reporter suspected to Harriet and Solomon as killers, but Harriet continues to oppose the news. And because many issue to Harriet of being Bradley killer, because Bradley is Harriet's ex-lover, Harriet continued to look for way and who is killed her ex-lover. And when Harriet wanted to find out who killed her ex-lover, it turned out that Ed was dumped in the middle of the sea by Ed, and it turned out that Ed was the one who killed Harriet's ex-lover. Why did Ed kill Harriet's ex-lover? Because Bradley Higgins is Ed's wife's lawyer, who won a divorce with Ed, and Ed does not accept his wife for divorce Ed, and finally kills Bradley Higgins. When Harriet was in the middle of the sea, Alex immediately looked for her using a boat with fog, and finally Alex found Harriet, and at the time Alex felt very worried and afraid that one would happen to Harriet, because Alex started to have feeling love with Harriet, but Harriet didn't know yet. Then when Harriet arrived at her resort and was resting in her room, suddenly Lana came with a very angry face and broke a knife. Why Lana like that? Because Lana heard Alex and Harriet were very close, and Lana did not like it, because Lana liked with Alex, and Lana tried to kill Harriet by shouting a knife at Harriet, but Harriet immediately dodged and shouted for help. Immediately Alex also came to help Harriet, and Alex also gave Harriet as a defendant for attempted murder on Harriet. There, Alex was very worried and afraid that something would happen to Harriet, because Harriet was already in trouble, danger twice in the day. Okay, and the ending of this story is the killer of Bradley Higgins, or his ex-lover Harriet. He is Ed, who has been made a suspect, and so is Lana. Lana is secured as a defendant for the attempted murder of Harriet. Okay, I think enough the summary about the novel, and see you, bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.